SeeJeanty back at it again, and yes, it's a suitcase in my hand. I am heading to the airport to America, right? But may it be coming to Haiti or going to America, one of the things we have for sure in common, you watching this, especially if you're Haitian, is that you have folks always asking you, Chris, put something in the suitcase for me. Bring something back, right? Especially if you have cousins, if you have friends in Haiti, they always are asking you, can you bring something back? Folks are always asking me too, when am I coming back to Haiti so you can bring some spare? I mean, the craziest thing I've ever done was bring like spare parts for cars, like inside a horse checked bag. It's bananas. It's bananas. Things have changed gracefully. I haven't had to do that in at least a year and a half since the advent of an incredible service run by an incredible entrepreneur, incredible Haitian entrepreneur called ShippEX. What is ShippEX? ShippEX is a company that uses technology and allows you to deposit your product, your package, your courier, at their different centers in America, and they bring it over in like literally heartbeat to Haiti, and the folks who are waiting for it and the folks who are asking you. And so now you don't have to be a carrier anymore. That's just one use case. There's a bunch of other use cases, just wanting something that you can't get in Haiti, and you can just with the click of a button now, you go on Amazon, go on eBay, go on these different websites, put the address of ShippEX, and that package goes directly to Haiti, just like that. That's crazy. But I could talk to you about the service all day, but I'd rather show you. So let's take this package, and well, it's gonna be a little longer for me, but for you guys it'll be just a minute. So we'll snap our fingers and we'll be over there. Let's go. And just like that, I am here, Miami, Florida. Yes, this is something, we're doing something undone in SeeJeanty Media. We are stateside. And I always had this idea. I've known about ShippEX, I've been using ShippEX for quite some time, and I always knew if I'm gonna do ShippEX right, it had to be two parts where we show you how the operation is here in America, and then of course we're gonna go and take you to Haiti and see how the entire bridge, how the logistics happens from here to there. And right now I'm talking to you, yes, we're in Miami, Florida. Their Doral address here on 68th Street, Miami. You can see right behind me this massive warehouse. Listen, I'm gonna do an echo. Massive warehouse here. And what's so cool, what's so awesome, how their business operates is, you say you're using Amazon, you put their address here, right? And Amazon will just come here and deliver it, right? And then they receive it for you. And then just like that, they'll record it, right? There's an online system that's really cool. We're gonna talk about the online system in a second, but their online system allows you to track the package. And then it goes all the way to Haiti, right? In all their different locations, from Pétionville to Jacmel to Cap Haïtien to Gonaïve to Léogane, and then every day they're opening new ones. We're gonna show you a list here right on screen, all the different spots that they're currently delivering to as of now. But don't hold it to it, because by the time you watch this in a few months, we'll have a few more spots, right? And all these locations, you can actually go and pick up your package, or your family member can pick up their package. I'm telling you, this company, it's an absolute game changer, and I'm really happy to be showing this off to you, my audience, because I'm about enriching your lives and how you interact with Haiti. And of course, when we're supporting a Haitian business, that's the cherry on top, right? So we got lots more to show you here. We're just getting started. Let's go. And here we are. We're standing at the reception desk. This is the beginning point of the journey. And you can see the laptops are here. You have the printing station here. And this is a package. This is a great example of a package that just has come through the ShippEX station. They plop in a tracking number on this bad boy, and then it's gonna be on its way to Haiti. And what's really cool is, once it has that tracking number on it, it's automated, it's digitalized, is that a word? We're making a word, into the system here, right? So literally, what's so cool about ShippEX is, you go on their website, and you're gonna be presented with the home screen. There's a login that you're gonna go and you're gonna select the login. And on the login, you're gonna have a spot that says register, right? You know, you go to the account section and you go create account, select create account, and you put your personal information in, you put your first name, last name, phone, email, password, confirm, address, you know, you put every zip code of where it's gonna be going, right? And that gets associated with your account, right? So this account, when it comes in, it's gonna get an actual number, right? And that number is your ID. And so when something comes in on that address, because that address that you're gonna be given when you create your account, it's gonna append a number to it, right? And that number identifies your account. They're gonna put that account information in, and that's how you'll be able to track the process of your package from when it gets here to when it gets to Haiti. And it also automates, because imagine these guys are getting thousands of packages, almost tens of thousands very soon. The business is growing massively, right? And it'll be impossible to actually try to input, you know, every single time where the person's going. As soon as that address comes into that account and they append it to that account, they know, okay, this account is going to Jacmail. You know, this account, you know, this package is, because it's associated with this account, it's always going to Guanaive, right? And it's, I mean, and that's really the difference maker. That's what, listen, there's been other companies like this, right? But typically those companies, they don't last too long. Why? Because they lose their package, right? Because they lose your goods, right? And then a lot of other stuff happens, because listen, when you have a lot of employees, a lot of moving parts, you know, the best intention of the guy who starts it and the person working, you know, things happen, right? We just leave it at that. Things happen, and it's really hard for things to happen when you have a system like this, because everything's automated. Everyone knows where everything is. That's the beauty of how these guys have totally merged and engaged with technology here at ShippEX, right? And that's what I appreciate the most about it. You know, I think as a millennial, as anyone who just understands tech, that's really their X factor, their Z factor, is how they engage and they utilize technology to help you and improve their customer service experience, right? So again, I recommend try them out, log on. They even have an app. Recently got an app, and the app, you can get gift cards, you can buy gift cards, send gift cards to people. You know, the gift cards actually give you a discounted rates, crazy stuff, cool stuff. And you can be giving estimates. And if you want to try to know how much something's gonna cost, you put the weight, you put the size. It's all in the app that you can get on ShippEX. You can get on Apple, you can get on Android, the ShippEX app, right? Pretty cool stuff. And of course, anytime I'm at a business, I love to interview the founder, the owner, the executive in charge, and we have the executive in charge, J.M. Skran, right here, the one and only. In fact, guys, he may look a little familiar, and that's because this is actually the second venture that I'm highlighting of his that he has been a part of. Previously it was Taxi Plus, and that's still, you know, lighting up Haiti, doing a lot of really cool stuff. And of course now he's in this role here, ShippEX. And first off, Khan, thanks so much for give them a chance to, talk to me and show your new massive, impactful project, man.
Thank you, Jeanty. Thank you for having me. It's always a pleasure, to meet up with you about, talk about different things, Haiti, businesses and stuff like that. It's a pleasure for me to be here with you today.
And listen, the first question I have to ask is, how did this come about? Because I know last time when we were on with Taxi Plus, ShippEX was, I think you just mentioned it that you're gonna start doing it, but it wasn't. It was like a pipe dream. It was something in your eye. And now this is obviously, you can touch, you can feel, you can hold on to it, you can hug it. Break that down to us. How do you get it from an idea to where it is now?
Well, that's a good question, because the other day I saw a post that I made on Facebook 4 years ago, and I was asking people like, what should I do? Because I travel back and forth, from Haiti to here, twice a month, and sometimes more. And I was like, but at that time I was more focused on the taxi and the school business in Haiti. But because of the political situation, so I wanted to do something, on the side and stuff like that. And I had a lot of comments, about shipping, and at that time, and we started talking about it too. Remember? So, and that's how it came up. And during the COVID, and I got stuck in the US, and I was like, okay, so I'm gonna try the shipping concept, where people can buy stuff online, and then I can have them delivered to my house at the time, and then
because you had that need yourself, because you were over there, and you had the need yourself. In addition to already having an idea, and then I think you had a hard time. I remember you mentioned you had a hard time, like getting it over here.
My own stuff, and I didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
And I was like, let me take a shot and try to do it myself.
Yeah.
And then boom.
Yeah, and then it has grown to. I remember when you just had that first location in Pitchellville, and now you're in a couple of different. What are all the places you're at right now?
For now in Haiti, we cover. I think we have about 13 locations.
13 locations.
Yeah, 13 locations right now in Haiti. All the big cities. Jacmel, Léogane, Okap, Jérémy, Okai, Carrefour, Gonaïve, Saint-Marc, where else? Like Port-de-Paix, so it's a lot.
Now, what's been the most, because I know you said it was difficult when you were trying to, the reason you started is because it was difficult. And so what components have you implemented to really make ShippEX stand out and stand apart? Because it wasn't that it didn't exist, but there were some companies there that weren't doing so well in terms of different things. So how did you envision ShippEX? How is ShippEX going to be different, and how have you made ShippEX different in this landscape of bringing stuff in there?
Personally, as an entrepreneur, I always try to do things different. So I see the market. I know some other people doing it, but I look at the market and I make sure I have the right partners too. So, and shout out to my partners. So without them, especially Yves, that is the CEO of the company, is managing all the operation in Haiti. So he's the one that put the system in place, the application and stuff like that. Because when we discussed about this possibility, and he was like, "There's no way we're gonna do this without a system." And I would say right now the operation is 70%, the technology, and 20% of the logistics. You see what I mean?
Yeah, I totally agree. Yeah. And that's one of the reasons things.
So did I answer your question?
You
right?
did. You did. Yeah, what's the difference maker of ShippEX and its technology?
Yeah.
Right. One of the things that when it comes to interacting with Haiti is there's a lot of stuff you can't find in Haiti, right? Even for yourself, if you're trying to come in and you just transition to Haiti, or just your families are asking different things and they can't get it. Maybe you can get it in Haiti, but it's so much more expensive. The reality is there is a necessity of connecting Haiti to the commercial market of the world. And that's where ShippEX, I feel, does an exceptionally good job. It bridges the gap to where, Amazon really, I feel like Amazon is now in Haiti because of ShippEX, honestly, right?
Yeah, right.
And at the cost too, because there's some companies that do it, but it's so much more expensive. They charge you a percentage. There's some companies that even charge a percentage of the receipt to bring a product from Haiti, from America to Haiti, which is crazy to me. It's a flat rate based on the pound, right, and the volume. in 5 years, 10 years? Where do you see ShippEX moving into?
It's in the next 5 years, I can say we're gonna like be as an Amazon for Haiti, for you know, for the Haiti. I would say for the island, the whole island. When I say the whole island, Haiti, including Dominican Republic.
Okay.
So yeah, I can see that like having our own cargo airline and stuff like that.
You have your own planes and stuff,
huh? And make shipping possible like in all the country.
Yeah.
Like at countryside, like wherever the person living in Haiti.
And that's an important thing too to mention, guys, is because not only we mentioned 13 in Haiti, but you're in America, New York, you can drop off New York, Orlando, all those places in America where you can currently drop off your packages.
Exactly. So in the US, we have a drop-off location in Orlando. We have Miramar, we have North Miami, we are in Doha right now. We have one in New York, and soon we're gonna be in Indianapolis. So, yeah.
Okay. So something I always have to ask: what are some of the challenges on maybe not so much the U.S. side? I think things are pretty fluid, perhaps potentially, but there's some challenges on the U.S. side. Do mention that. But what are the challenges doing a business like this in Haiti? You know, on the insecurity, the back and forth might be. But I don't know, break that down. Just the general operational difficulties. Mine is customs. Customs is one entity. What else is challenging?
Obviously, the instability, the political instability in Haiti. So where sometimes you have the stuff, you clear everything at custom, and you cannot get them.
You can't get it out.
Around. And especially like in the south of the country, for example. We have a package, and then you cannot send them, you know, to this location. So I think it's a big risk. Because let's say I'm sending this big truck to the south of the country.
And then next thing you know,
then you got
Matisan, those guys say, hey, let's see what's in there.
It's not easy, but you know, during that tough times, we're doing everything that we can to deliver, and with hope that
things will improve in the country.
Exactly.
Absolutely. So that was JM. He just broke down a big chunk of his business down. And so what we're gonna have to do, what I have to do next is bring and show you guys how are things in Haiti, right? So I think with the magic of television, the magic of the cutaway, we're gonna transpose ourselves from here in the Doral office to someplace in the country of Haiti. So follow me, follow along, we'll snap our fingers, and let's get there right now. And just like that, we are transported to Haiti, and we're transported to the ShippEX that's located specifically in the Delma commune. I mean, that is the magic of post-editing. I gotta tell you, it's a beautiful thing. But that's the thing, that's just what's so cool about ShippEX is that, you know, just in a heartbeat, as quickly as you saw me come from America to Haiti, ShippEX is as quick. And they have two options, by the way. You can send your stuff by airplane, and you can send your stuff by boat. And the airplane is every week, right? And the boat is once a month. The boat's a little cheaper, right? But the plane, you get that right away. And you get to pick it up, right? So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna just walk around, show you guys what's here, right? We even went to the Pitcherville office. We'll show you some of that too. And then we're gonna sit down with a partner of mine, a partner. His name's Jefferson, real cool cat, young cat, high energy. He's gonna sit down, he's gonna break down what ShippEX is about. And then at the end, I want you to think about ShippEX.net and using this service and try it for yourself.
Jefferson, and I am marketing manager of ShippEX Haiti. ShippEX Haiti, which is more than just a shipping company. So what we really do, we are the bridge that link Haiti and the rest of the world, whether it's the Haitian outside or the rest of humanity. Who we are and who do we stand for really? In ShippEX, we stand for value creation, meaning we create value for the person that we serve. So first we are servant. We don't call like the general world or the traditional world, the conventional world, we don't call the people that we serve customers, but we call them family members because we see them as the family. We see them as part of ours. Now, once we see them like that, we prefer like relation over transaction. That's why on the chain, what we do experience delivery instead of transaction delivery. So we focus on create the experience between our employee, the servant system, and our family member, which is our customers. You need to create a ShippEX account. You need to create ShippEX account not only to have an address in the state, not only to track your packages online, but you create a ShippEX account in order to make sure that the data of your package, you not only handed the package to us, but the data are already inside of the system. So once the data are inside of the system, there is no way your package can be missed. So we make sure that when you're sending yourself in Haiti, we got a whole process system, whether it is from the logistic part or whether it is on the computation part. We make sure that we secure your package, and whatever what you send to Haiti, this is exactly what you will receive, or your receiver, whether that's you or whether that's a family member in Haiti. Once you got a ShippEX account, you are the only owner of that ShippEX account. Whatever the transaction that you will do will have to be passed through that ShippEX account. And nobody, even a ShippEX employee, doesn't have access to that account you have in a specific perspective. So when you send something to someone in Haiti, to your family member, in order for that person to receive that package, you need first to add that person name directly on your ShippEX account. Without so, that person will not be able to receive. So you add the person name on the ShippEX account, that number one, the receiver's name, and number two, that person needs to present with his personal ID, which is the number one, but also the tracking number, which will coming from you directly, not a ShippEX employee, or nobody can give that person that information without you, like the person who got the ShippEX account. So that's it.